One of my favorite people to read about in the Bible is David. First of all, his story was wild. It's the murdering, it's the plotting, it's the stealing another man's wife, it's the repentance, it's the everything with his story. It's definitely wild. But the thing that I absolutely love about David is his willingness to praise and worship, his understanding of praise and worship. David did not care where he was, what he was doing, who was around. He gave his praises to the Lord. He was more than willing to worship the Lord at all times. And I think that's because he understood that he's not praising and worshiping a far off deity. Like, you know, he's praising and worshiping a God that comes before him, a God that sits in the presence of his praises. And Psalms 22:3, David says, "Yet you are wholly enthroned on the praises of Israel." And in some translations that says inhabits. And, you know, God inhabits the praises of his people. He dwells in the praises of his people. And David, he knew this so well that, like, you know, he almost stripped naked when they were bringing the Ark of the Covenant back. And even so, his wife was like, yeah, you're doing too much. Like, you know, you should have a little bit more dignity. And his response to her was, I rebuke you. I'm not worried about that. I have no dignity when it comes to the Lord. And that is something that if anybody knows me, knows that I can relate to very, very much. I don't have much dignity when it comes to praising and worshiping the Lord. And I wish that more people had less dignity when it comes to praising and worshiping the Lord, because we don't praise and worship a Lord that is so far away. He is right with us, walking with us every day, every step, through every trial, through every tribulation, through every good thing that happens to us, through every bad thing that happens through us. He's there. So when you praise and you worship, he's there. He's not far off. He's not, you know, a dead God. He is a living God, a very living God. And David understood that.